Hi, this is Emnel from One Gamer, and we are still fighting China as Japan. We are wrapping this thing up, but we want to delay it a little bit so we can declare war and conquer Siam before everyone hates us for going China and making a world a bit more tense than it was. We are doing some less than ideal attacks, but we want to stockpile on army experience. We're going to be doing much more fighting in after that war, at least for a time, so let's use it. And that will also mean that we'll get some more experience. Oh, this is a fortified area. Oh, interesting. Well, I'll take that. Justifying on Siam finished. We have time to... oh, January, so we have 2 weeks. Oh, look at that. We will manage to conquer them in what? It was May, so, well, now it's... we are half a year in, so, well, okay, let's call it as it is. If I wanted to finish this, for example, 2 in-game weeks ago, I would, but yeah. Well, actually, if I tried, I could probably finish them in 3 days to make it on the 8th. We started the invasion on the 8th. Ah, let's not be silly. Let's play it safe. Well, safe-ish. Just don't want to have to deal with problems there, Siam, because I still think that we may be declared on by US fairly early on. Not sure how ready US is though. Probably not very. They would, but we are in no position. Yeah, well. But look at that. That's the main strength of the US. They start with a metric factor of this, and they are slowly but surely building up the military infrastructure. So you have 5 military factories. There are some more. Arsenal of Democracy, more. And they also have some bonuses that allow them to produce stuff cheaper. They may prove to be a challenge. Still checking if that's everything's alright. Yeah, hang in there. Some more fighting, perhaps. No, it just sit there. So. Perhaps just go that way. Yeah, that should work. We still haven't finished those guys. Just silly, but well, that should do it. They are out of supplies. Yep, they will break in a sec. Right. I think we will. Where are you? Okay, so you redeploy to a port, and you redeploy to a port. Cool. Are we done with the whole? F6 should do it. Ah, here it is. So okay, so you know what? Redeploy here to provide some. We won't need more. Let's just sit in. Sit here. And that problem will disappear once we. It isn't disappearing just yet, but the whole problem will disappear once we conquer China, and they will be wiped off the map. Probably want to push for Jian somehow. Let's keep attacking here though, just for the sake of experience. It's going up pretty nicely. Yeah? We managed to easily break those two lines. Right. How long till that? 33 days. It's sad. Okay, you know what? Let's just declare this is ridiculous. I kind of wanted to finish all of those here off. Okay, you know what? Let's go with Juan. I want to be able to say that I will finish China by the end of 37 though, so we'll stick to the schedule, at least you guys are pretty low on morale, are you? Wow, those aren't this. Yep, they are pretty. They are having issues. I think at this point they're basically out of equipment, and we are struggling with infantry equipment. So they probably are at the spot where they have one rifle for 5 men or so. Because they weren't breaking us easily a bit earlier. Still breaking fairly easily, man. Slowly but surely. Some are fighting. Here though. Da-da-da-da-dam. 9 divisions. Should do it. That should do it. Not sure why it says you are blocked. Just silly. You're in the bloody province. It's powerful. Wow, they are falling apart. I really wish we could kill those bloody submarines though. Sick and tired of this sound effect. Not sure if you guys I have to check if the sound in-game sound isn't too low. Several synergy montage, huh? About time. Could have we just bypass it though? Okay, now access leanings found our faction. I think we'll just found our faction to have that. As I mentioned earlier, what's the do's and don'ts and pros and cons of joining either, and I think founding our own faction will make the game a bit more fun, because well, we won't have we'll have to do everything on our own manpower, and perhaps then we'll have the option to take on the Axis. And let's face it, in World War II, wars fought like Axis. Japan wasn't a real member of the Axis in this in such a way that them and the Germans and Italians fought basically two separate wars that happened that just happened at the same time. And for example, the Germans they weren't even trading any technology, not like barely anything. And Japan was actually turned out to be a problem for Axis due to pulling US into the Allies. So and making yeah. So I think we will try to support some efforts of Germans. If for anything, simply to make them a bit, kind of a challenge later on. Well, I think I may be I'm maybe stepping too few steps ahead, but yeah, I have a good feeling as to our chances in this campaign to do great things. Founder of action then. Still resistance to occupation. Only here. Okay. Okay. By the end of this episode, the advisor will die with the rest of the trade. Oh, look at that! They refused our request. Well, they will pay for that soon. Ish. Let's park ourselves next to Nanjing. Well, 97. I don't want to push it too far. Okay, let's see. I think it's a high time to declare. Once 14 days, yeah. That's not tip-top around it, so that's serious increase. Maybe we'll, yeah. Well, it's, for example, it's. Oh yes, look at that. The wars got merged. Perfect. That's perfect. They joined the faction, Chinese United Front, instead of attempting to join the Allies, which could have been a real thing. So they will be finished with the rest of them. Well, but that probably means that we still need to bloody conquer them, though, before we finish Chinese. Less than ideal. Because if we want, then they will just peace out without. If we won't invade them first, they will end out of the war with them, basically. The same way you, for example, you just peace out the British Raj if you simply invade London without taking British Raj, Australia, and South Africa. You won't be able to just annex them just because you managed to beat the major faction, the major part of the faction, in this case UK. That being said, let's okay, you are running away there. How about now? We are not going to let you leave, we are going to start attacking. We will encircle you and finish you off here. How's this going? This is going fairly poorly though. Okay, doesn't really matter. Up to 270. Our motorized troops parked at the outskirts of Nanjing, just chilling. Totally not doing anything bad that could have had happened to Nanjing in history. Alright. Perhaps you just go there and fight with those. And they are advancing. Not cool. Modify the government. Well, We need to think about it real hard. So we could take this guy. Our political power gains would go to point 8 now, but then we would once we get the additional political power from the focus tree, from improved national focus spirit in well 47 days or so. 31 days actually. Then we would where is it? We would increase from 1.7, I believe. No, it would increase from 1.25 to 1.7, and I think that's the correct. So that would be a very decent gain, especially for a veteran difficulty. And other options are some. We won't need those guys just yet. Those are combat oriented, so we can live without them. Here there isn't anything else interesting. Prince of Terror will also be pointless now because almost all of resistance will disappear except the one, except that in Dutch East India, and so that leaves us with design companies. And to think which design companies we want to invest in, it depends on what are we going to research, or perhaps even invest in one of the theorists. Air doctrine, run doctrine, naval doctrine. It's not a terrible choice. Probably wouldn't go with land doctrine, mostly because we kinda need both air experience and naval experience. So we can either invest in being able to invest in more of those guys and more of design companies, or go for it outright. Industrial research, electronics research. Let's take a look at our research and see where are we going next. So as far as industry goes, we still have a year to pick some more, though it will help with excavation as well, so that wouldn't be the worst of choices. Electronics, we'll be doing that, but it's not heavily. We'll invest quite a lot in radar, but on our islands mostly. But that's future stuff. Here, this is the interesting choice that we can make. Go for a design company that will boost our fighters. Since we need to catch up on fighters, we will also probably invest in tactical bombers, mostly due to the operational range advantage of standard ones over close air support. That would make operating in such environments as China or Pacific Islands or India. Well, for example, if someone would like to go and invade India, then that wouldn't be a bad of a choice. Here, another one is perhaps we would want to invest in destroyers pretty soon. So that wouldn't be a bad choice of a design company either. And rest is artillery. We won't be using as much artillery for this choice to be viable. We won't be investing in anti-air. I don't think so. I will still have to test. I haven't extensively tested the anti-air, but it seems like it's not performing very well. Yeah. So perhaps it only works when your troops are actually attacked. So against the bombers. well, I'm not sure, but from what I've heard from other people, it's really underwhelming, and I kind of thought it would, so I never really bothered with it. Anti-tank, well, not we don't need it yet, right? No one here will throw at us too many tanks, and with the rest we can just try to pin down and outmaneuver if those aren't like whole panzer armies of the Reich. Tanks, we are still well ahead of our first real tank. This one will take, but we don't really need the. No, I guess light tank wouldn't be that bad of a choice, but if I remember correctly, our tank choices are shitty anyway. Yeah, +5 reliability. Give me a break. Here we have carrier, which is that's armored carrier. I don't think that's a good thing. This one, on the other hand, max range, max deck for carriers. I like that, and we'll probably go for this when we will be researching our carriers and capital ships. Well, for us it just gives range. Here, this is a budget version. If we want to just spam naval, and this is the one we want for our screens, for our destroyers. Sub-detection, max speed, max range, all very nice. Aircraft. Those are seem to be pretty similar for most of the faction. I will have to check that, but we really want that for our fighters. And I think, well, this is a good contender. Another one, those here. The rest will be useful, but some will, some won't. But basically, agility is very, and max speed are the two most important stats for your fighters. So this is extremely useful. When it comes to material design, we have either small arms or motorization. Actually, motorization has very few researches, so this is basically not worth it. There are quite a few in small arms category though, so that would help us quite a bit in the large scheme of in the grand scheme of things. I think, however, that we'll hold on with those researches, and we will simply invest in silent workers fairly early on. And let's go through the other ones though. Industrial research, electronic research, and industrial research and synthetic. We don't give a fuck about synthetic research, so we will go with industrial right here. And theorists would probably go for naval theorists, but mostly due to the difficulty in which gaining Navy experience provides. So that's about it. And those are very important, but not for now. Those basically provide you combat bonuses and whatnot. Silent workers it is, I think. Having the ability to switch design research once around this, okay. I think we don't have to go for any immediate bonuses just yet. We are in a great spot, having defeated China by 1970 before the end of 1973, and controlling most of Dutch India and Siam is a great boon. Either we will our next goal will be to finish off the warlords. If I'm not sure that those will probably join Comintern, so probably less ideal, but well, and go for British Raj, as you can imagine, and beyond. So silent workers is it is. We can afford the investment of it. Yeah, they are full communists. They haven't joined the Comintern yet, but if we start looking at them funny, I believe they would. This is silly. Look at that. Just a war. Oh, actually, now we can. it would be 7, right? 4, 5, 6 political power needed. Do we want to justify a war goal? Let's see. Sangyung is if we can get a war goal via. I think we can get a war goal using this. Shaanxi, Zhuan. Nope, we can't. Those are for only 4. Yes. F against only against Popular Republic of China. Oh, because they are the only ones that exist, right? We'll see if anyone cares about Xinjiang. I think we'll actually start justifying a war goal outright. Do they have anything of use? They have some 2 aluminium. I'm sold. And we could just weasel our way through to Afghanistan, perhaps. That would be interesting. And then attack British Raj from all directions. Sounds like fun. Send volunteers. Want to send 1 division as volunteers? Sure. Yes. Why not? That basically helps them because it allows them to get some army experience. It ain't gonna happen in this war, but no matter. How's the invasion going? 1 more day. Come on. Yes, go. Do we have support fleet, patrol fleet? You guys go here. Here specifically. Okay, radio. That's nice. We are at December 18. Okay, before we go anywhere, we'll basically we will wait for the. We can bank up to 30 days, so we'll wait till the beginning of the year before we choose. If everything goes well, we should be able to. Oh, look at that! Bloody Soviets already there. Oh. 1 division now, but who knows how much. Yeah, Vasima, same thing. So they have some of the forces there, some more even. Right, let's put them to work. Barely doing anything, but oh, look at that, some port strikes. Pause. People's approve. China has capitulated. Perfect. Finish off that. Let's see if pause, please. How is the actual China doing? 97% still. Perfect. Let's get some more army experience, shall we? Sure, why not? Charge them through the river. And it's just guys and trip. Wow, they are all out of everything. Yeah, they basically collapsed. Okay, that will do it. The invasion, though. Okay, so wow, yeah. Wow, okay. A lot of our troops invaded 9%. Okay, so we've seen some of the troops here, so let's block this corridor, I guess. Keep going. Cool. All right. Let's move our way towards the. Yes, here it is. Guess more of you go there. Just capture as much territory as we can as fast as possible. We wanted to. Okay, okay. If we have to do it once again, we will. Let's finish China before the break of the year. Before the end of the year. Okay, I mean, it worked, but if we haven't invaded first, we wouldn't be able to take anything from Siam, I imagine. Or perhaps the fact that we had the Conquest TV would allow us to. Not sure. Well, I didn't want to take those chances. Fall of Nanjing. The capital of the Republic of China, Nanjing, has been occupied by the forces from the Empire of Japan, despite fierce resistance from the walled city. Chinese defenders. Not true. Japanese troops managed to capture Zongshan Gate and fought their way into the city. Sporadic gunfire can be still heard, and several fires are raging in the different parts of the city. But mostly surviving Chinese forces have either withdrawn or captured. But most surviving, not most surviving, or been captured. Along with the capture of Shanghai, this is a significant victory for Japan in their war against China. For the Emperor, and China has capitulated. Hirohito has announced that the cowardly Chinese nation well, Jesus, I can bloody read. I guess this is a time to take a break after this episode. Could no longer withstand the pressure from the overwhelming presence of Japanese forces throughout the country. The Chinese government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Their main forces have capitulated, and Japan is now in control their home area. Though the war against the remains of the Chinese United Front continues elsewhere, not really. This is a great victory for Japan. That's true. Guess we've taken it all. Take all state and take all states. Let's end then. Nope, nothing else to take. We are done. Wow, we generated 100 and yep, that's a lot. Right, wow, from those 3 states we seized 11,000 equipment. That's probably 11,597 from Siam. I'd wager somewhere around here, because China was out of everything. As you can see, they couldn't fight at all. At that point. That means several things. First of all, no more occupation. That's not true. It will disappear in a second. And well, we are basically out of the war except the one with Netherlands. Still not sure how we are suffering casualties there. We haven't lost a single convoy. Perhaps our sailors are being bored to death or something. Well, I think we'll deal with the aftermath all of this in a bit, and since that seems like a good place to end, and in the next episode we will start planning our future conquests. Hint hint, British Rush, hint hint. Oh fuck, but okay, we messed that one up, because now it will be more difficult to justify a war goal. Of course it will. Just 6 more political power will survive this. Survive it. Oh well, it would be much faster though with when fascist nation is at war, it has 90% faster with a major faction, not like Netherlands. It has 90% faster war goal. Well, justification of war. That's what I wanted to say. All right, thanks for watching. That was fun. As you can see, we've managed to defeat China before the end of the year. Took us 7 months, mostly 6, but who's counting? And if you liked it, so please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see how it develops, and perhaps tell friends about it or write somewhere about it to get me more views. Since more views, I will be more driven to do it. Well, right. See you next time, guys.